Our breaking news: an Ethiopian Airlines flight has crashed shortly after takeoff from Addis Ababa, killing all 157 passengers and crew thought to be on board. The airline told state media there were people of more than 30 nationalities among the dead. Now that includes at least 32 from Kenya, 18 Canadians, 9 passengers from Ethiopia, among many others. The Boeing 737 MAX was heading to the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, when air traffic control lost contact just 6 minutes after takeoff. It's not yet known what caused this crash. A recovery operation is underway southeast of Addis Ababa.
Now, the news reports are saying that we don't know what caused the crash, but I know, the whole world knows it, because it's been at least an year to the crash. So let's get started and let's discuss. First, we'll discuss about the competitors and the difference between the 737NG, the MAX, the 100, 200, and then we'll go to the Ethiopian Airlines crash and yeah, many more. So, the main difference between the 737NG and the 737 MAX is its engine placement. You see, the 737 MAX engine is slightly, just a little bit over the wings. See this image on your screen? Can you see it? Yeah. You can see the MAX, it has slightly, the wing is here, the engine is slightly over, but mostly the engines are down, okay? Like this. Here it is like this, but the engine has a little bit hump over the wing. Okay, so it is like this. And the engine placement, as I said, new engines. Yeah, new engines. Now we are using the LEAP engines. It is sufficient enough, uses less fuel, and it is more quieter. And if you want to identify 737 MAX, you can do that by seeing the wing tips. Well, that will be difficult because some airlines like Aero Mexico and then United Airlines, they have their 737-900s, not the MAX, okay, normal 800, 900 NG with that wingtip design. So don't get confused with that. If you want to identify the 737 MAX, see the engines. We have this 787 type design near the engines. You see this image again. We have this 737 engine which has a 787 kind of design that makes the cabin more quieter. Okay. So now the biggest competitor of Boeing, Airbus. Airbus is getting modern. Now these days, Airbus made an aircraft which can taxi itself. But yeah, it's not going to come in India at all. Okay, if it comes, trust me, I will never travel in that aircraft. Okay, so see, the biggest competitor of Boeing, Airbus, has made its new aircraft, which is the Airbus A320 Neo aircraft. Neo again, it is equipped with the LEAP engines, again the same features as the 737, but yeah, no MCAS. No MCAS, yeah. So it has LEAP engines. The design is slightly better than the older ones. We have new shocklets, and yeah, that's all. The 320 Neo, but the 320 Neo is more modern than the Boeing 737NGs. Okay, now see, Airbus has this automation levels. Okay, there are 3 automation levels in an aircraft. We'll discuss that later, but first, we'll make the differences. So Airbus, see, if you have the yoke in your hand, Airbus has side stick, we call it as yoke. So see, the side stick. Suppose I turn a lot, more than 90 degrees, the aircraft will not handle it. It will automatically turn back and not allow you to, turn. Same with the Boeing, you have your controls. Everything is up to the pilots. If the pilot want the aircraft to go right, you can do whatever, how much times right, left, you can do that, but obviously a pilot won't do that. So see, Boeing controls are with the pilots and we tell the machine what to do. But with Airbus, the machine tells us what to do. But yeah, don't be mistaken, Airbus is also an amazing aircraft, modern. It takes a lot of time to build these machines and all, okay. So now, these are the main differences between the NG, the 737 MAX and the 320 Neo. Okay, now let's go to the Ethiopian airline crash. So, Ethiopian Airlines 302 was doing a flight from Addis Ababa to the capital of Kenya, okay. All the flights which were bought, like the Lion Air 737 MAX as well as the Ethiopian Airlines 737 MAX, they were brand new. Like Ethiopian Airlines, it was just around 4 months old. Yeah, just 4 months. And the Lion Air, it was 5-6 months old, okay. So, they were all brand new aircrafts, and how can brand new aircrafts crash? Okay, so when the Ethiopian 302 took off, maybe at least 2 minutes after the takeoff, the flight reported irregular climb and descent rate. So according to reports, according to the pilots flying behind the Ethiopian Airlines 302 flight, you don't have just your aircraft flying, you have many more. Maybe suppose you're flying at 32,000 feet, you have an aircraft at 32,300 feet, 31,100 feet, or just behind you. So the pilot flying behind Ethiopian 302 was a 777 pilot who reported that the aircraft was going up and down more than 2 dozens of times. So the aircraft shouldn't do it. Okay. If it's climbing, it should climb, not descend. If it's climbing, climb is main thing. You should maintain the climb rate, not to descend. See this graph on your screen? This shows the Lion Air also and the Ethiopian Airlines up and down that graph, okay? When the pilot reported the ATC that they want to return back to Addis Ababa, the flight disappeared from the radar of Addis Ababa airport. Now, this is actually very sad because, see, whenever an aircraft disappears from the radar, it is obvious that there's something very much bad going on with that aircraft. So yeah, it disappeared from the radar. And the Ethiopian Airlines CEO says the substantial similarities between both the crashes, the Lion Air and the Ethiopian Airline crash. Both the flights were reporting irregular descent rate. Both the flights were same. Both the flights were brand new. All crashed due to the descent. The Lion Air crashed in the sea and Ethiopian on the ground. So they crashed while they were descending. It was a rapid descent. So Boeing was actually ignoring that. उन्होंने माना ही नहीं कि that there were similarities between the Lion Air crash and the Ethiopian Airlines crash. Because see, अगर उन लोगों ने मान भी लिया, तो what will happen? Again, Boeing वालों के ऊपर ही पड़ेगा ना फिर से. They have to pay a lot of fine and बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा. Because see, now if you see Boeing's place where they park their airplanes, which they make new and जब park करते हैं, they are full of 737 Maxes. Now recently the recertification of 737 Max has happened, but before जब grounded था, you can see it was like a full fish market kind of thing. The aircrafts are full, they even Jet Airways aircrafts, SpiceJet aircrafts in the Boeing yard. Okay, it is full of 737 Maxes. We don't have any aircraft, only 737 Maxes you can see also. So yeah, Boeing को बहुत बड़ा फाइन गिरता था. They denied that no, there were not similarities between the Lion Air crash and the Ethiopian Airlines crash. They were ignoring. Now to understand more further, first we'll understand about the Lion Air crash. And to understand the Lion Air crash, I will just explain you a little bit of the technical part, that lift, drag and angle of attack and all. So I'll take you to my computer screen right there. Let's go there. So guys, Ram, is it recording here? So guys, now we first understand the four forces of the aircraft. So this is my aircraft. We have the 737 MAX here. So there are four forces: the lift, which controls the weight of the aircraft, the drag, and the thrust. Okay. So lift, weight, thrust, and drag. Now we will also understand the angle of attack. Once we understand the angle of attack, we can go ahead and continue our video. So we'll understand the angle of attack. Okay guys, so with the angle of attack we will also study what is a stall, because stall is here also very much important. Okay, so suppose this is my aircraft right here. Okay, this is my aircraft. Now if my aircraft is going pitch up like this, just like this, wind is coming from this direction. So this angle right here, you can see this angle is my nothing but my angle of attack. Okay, now we will also understand our drag and all the forces which I explained. Now this is lift, this is drag, this is weight, and this is thrust. Okay, so suppose if I pitch up my aircraft, okay, if I pitch up my aircraft, I'll यहाँ पे graph बता के दिखाऊंगा मैं आपको. So if I pitch up my aircraft, it will go like this. और ऊपर करूँगा ऐसे जाएगा, और ऊपर करूँगा it will go more up, और ऊपर करूँगा the thrust will increase, it will go more up. But there's a point where if I pitch up the aircraft more, it will not go up, it will go straight down, because see, aircraft engines, they work with the wind. अगर wind नहीं है, then it's obvious that the aircraft's engine will not perform very well. Okay, so हम जैसे जैसे ऊपर जाते हैं, the wind starts getting thinner. So maybe suppose let's take this point as stall. Okay, let's take this point as stall. Okay, so यहाँ पे we have wind normal, इस area में we have normal wind, and अगर हम और ऊपर जाएंगे, we'll go up, 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 up. Suddenly there will be a point जहाँ पे wind बहुत thin हो जाएगा, it will be very thin. So then the aircraft will not get enough wind. The engines will not produce thrust, and this stall warning will come, and it will automatically stall the aircraft. Now what happens in stall is, it is nothing but, see, my aircraft is here. At this point, यहाँ पे stall हो गया, the aircraft will automatically go down and fall. So this is what stall is. Okay, now let's continue the video. We just had to discuss the small thing of angle of attack and stall. It will be easy for you all to understand more. So yep, I'll stop the recording. So this was a small understanding on angle of attack and what is a stall. Now here you may notice that I am here talking more about the technicalities and less about the crash, because see, in this crash we have more about technicalities. We need to understand angle of attack, we need to understand lift, weight, thrust, drag, and now the automations of an aircraft, that what really we have, what automations are there. So we have to understand the automations, and then the life threatening MCAS software I'll tell you about after this. So you all might have heard about Titanic, right? They said that Titanic will never sink, it's a very big ship, never sink, पानी में डूब नहीं सकता, but it happened, right? The first trip of Titanic was a deadly trip. First day, पहले दिन ही डूब गया था Titanic. So same with the Airbus aircraft. Airbus said that the Airbus aircrafts, they cannot stall at all. Okay, but they happened, they stalled. If you remember the Air France crash, the Airbus A330, जहाँ पे उसका AOS sensor, the angle of attack sensor, उस पे icing हो गई थी. Now because of that icing, the aircraft was stable, but the angle of attack sensor was giving wrong information to the aircraft, which led the aircraft pitch down करने के लिए बोला. Then because the automation level were high, it didn't, उसने सुना नहीं pilot की कोई भी. Okay, now we'll discuss about the automations. So there are 3 automations in an aircraft: direct, alternative and normal. Now here you may think that normal is normal, but normal is high. See, direct automation, what happens is you have all control to the pilot. Now direct automations, we mostly have them in Boeing 737-200s, 500s or 800 NGs. Okay. Sorry guys. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, direct automation, you have all controls of the pilot. Then we have the alternative automation. Yeah, thoda advanced है, but still you have controls. Normal automation, the worst. Now some pilots will think it's nice, but some will think that it's not nice. Okay. So in the normal automation, अगर आप कुछ भी कर लो, the machine will think. If the automation level reaches to normal, you are not the pilot. The pilot is the machine inside the aircraft. Suppose you are resigned, गए आप, the machine will only fly the aircraft if अगर उसको लगा कि something is going wrong. So see, we make machines, okay, so we know what is right and what is wrong. Not the machine will make us, okay. So that's why getting too much automated is not the best idea. If the machine malfunction, then we have to do something. Now we can still save the aircraft. The Air France crash, the AOS sensor, it was not working. उसके ऊपर icing हो गई थी. The AOS sensor was giving wrong informations to the aircraft, and the Airbus A330 was on a normal automation where the computer will not listen to any commands given by the pilot. The pilot was struggling to just pull the aircraft and make it back to stable, but it was not listening and the aircraft crashed the sea. So that's why getting automated is not the key. Okay. And जिसने भी 737 Maxes उड़ाए है, like मैंने तो नहीं उड़ाया obviously, all the pilots in USA, in China and all, they have reported always that we are struggling to control this aircraft. It is doing it pitch down every time pitch down हो रहा है. Like it's not always because of the MCAS, but sometimes there could be more things जो अब तक बाहर नहीं आया, Boeing ने नहीं निकाले. So many pilots are complaining that the aircraft pitch is going down, we are struggling to put it up. Sometimes the pilots had to divert their flight because there was a little bit flight control problems. And guys, here the worst part is pilots को पता तक नहीं था कि that there's a software called MCAS inside and in this 737 Max. That was very wrong done by Boeing. Okay, so now we'll discuss about the MCAS. MCAS stands for Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System. Boeing को और कोई easy नाम नहीं मिला था. It is called Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, MCAS. So what the MCAS does is it is a small sensor which is at the tip of the aircraft. It is just near the AOS sensor, the angle of attack sensor. So what it does is, if the MCAS thinks that the aircraft's pitch is going very high, so it will stall, it will automatically put the pitch down, which is normal. You even have it in Airbus aircrafts, the 320, the most common aircraft in India, Airbus family India. So you have this feature which will automatically pitch down the aircraft. But in this case, in both the cases, the MCAS system failed and it was giving wrong information to the aircraft. So this time the pilots, they dimag use karke, they turned off the trim stab. Okay, trim stab is, you have trim, okay, just near your throttle, you have this black and white wheel which is called a trim wheel. You have it in every aircraft. The horizontal stabilizer, it stabilizes the aircraft using the trim wheel. Now, whenever the auto trim is on, the aircraft will trim it automatically. But here, because the pilots were not aware of this MCAS system, they turned off the auto trim and they were trimming it manually. After trimming it manually also, the plane's pitch was going up and down and up and down. It was going up because the pilots were struggling to trim and then to pull, and the MCAS was reacting. The MCAS was, it was pitching down the aircraft. Here the bad part is that they don't know we have a MCAS kind of thing in the aircraft. So उनको circulars भी नहीं दिए थे that how to turn off this MCAS. So this is very bad thing done by Boeing. So they were struggling to trim the aircraft, pull the aircraft. They reported flight control problems. The pilots flying behind Ethiopian 302, even they were trying to contact Ethiopian 302 on RTs. We can contact frequency रहते. So they were trying to contact the Ethiopian 302 on RTs and trying to ask the situation in the aircraft. They were literally struggling. Even the pilots were reported that the aircraft was going up, down, then little bit down, then again straight pitch up, then again down. So it was a very bad situation that time. And एक बार में MCAS को बहुत गुस्सा आ गया, and then it straight went down and crashed just 37 miles near the airport. So yeah, Boeing has done something wrong, and they have got a very big punishment also, but I don't think it's a very big thing for Boeing. They got a fine of 250 crores. Yeah, now Boeing makes big aircraft, they have that money, but yeah, Boeing was thinking that it will revive the company. They had a little bit problems with the 787, so they thought that they will revive the company with this aircraft, but this aircraft made the company come to a near bankrupt actually. There were many orders which were, untaken. Like there were at least 1,685 aircrafts ordered. Out of them, only 600 were delivered. Rest, and they also made some new aircrafts. Not 3 actually, 10, 25, 30 new aircrafts. I don't know what for they made this, but yeah, it is near the parking yard of Boeing. It's an airport actually. So what होता है कि just near the making section, left side में there's a very big yard kind of thing जहाँ पे dump yards होते हैं ना, not like that. It's a flat land जहाँ पे सारे aircrafts रखते हैं बना के delivery के लिए. So if you see now also, if you search on Google, it will be full of 737 Maxes. Now we'll talk a little bit about the recertification of the 737 Max. Now when Boeing को realize हो गया that something is wrong with our MCAS system, they launched a circular in their training book. They launched a circular that how to turn off this MCAS. Now they launched after 1 year after the crash. How is this possible? Negligence of Boeing. So the pilots were again trained how to fly the 737 Max. Like there were heavy trainings done by Boeing to the pilots. They were taught many times how to turn off the MCAS and how to jump to the direct automation and the alternative automation, and just turn off the normal automation. If you turn off the normal automation, you have controls, like you can at least save the aircraft. So Boeing ने बहुत circulars भेजे, like they were training pilots like उनको आता ही नहीं उड़ाना, ऐसे पढ़ा रहे थे उनको. So training was very heavy, and a Brazilian airline reopened the 737 Max. They again started flying the 737 Max, and जब से शुरू हुआ तब से no crashes yet, all safe and sound, every flight is safe. And America में शुरू हो चुके हैं. Then we have Brazil, America, we have China में शुरू हो चुके हैं. Now we have only India. DGCA ने अब तक कुछ बोला नहीं है that we will start the 737 Max services. We have a 737 operator. Jet Airways was there. I don't know. Maybe now because Jet is coming, they said that they will order new aircrafts. Maybe they can order the 737 Max. But trust me, I will not travel again in that 737 Max. So we have SpiceJet. operating 737 Maxes. Even now they are grounded. I saw once at Hyderabad International Airport. It was grounded, the grounded 737 Max. The wingtips, they look amazing. They are classic. The wingtips are very good. Now the speciality here of Boeing is they make all their aircrafts very classic looking. But the things inside the aircraft also matters than the looking of the aircraft. So yeah, after facing a very big fine and loss of 250 crores, Boeing has again started making their aircraft, the 737 Maxes. And yeah, I think that's all for this video. We have again a very kind of good and kind of bad news for Indian aviation industry. Good news is Jet Airways is coming. I've told you at least I think 2-3 times. But now we have biddings going on for Air India, like Tata Group and SpiceJet, Ajay Singh. They are doing biddings for Air India. Now the thing here is, if दोनों भी biddings में नहीं ले पाए, like both are not ready to run Air India will not longer be an airline and it will बंद कर देंगे, it will be grounded, Air India will shut down. Now it will happen, it will take a lot of time. I think from till May end it will happen, and May end में results आ जाएंगे. See, Air India shouldn't go down actually. It's a very nice airline. Yeah, the services are bad, but in terms of safety, in terms of punctuality, no. Every flight is delayed. Like every time when I have gone on Air India, flight is delayed. But punctuality, no. But yeah, the safety is good, and overall it's a nice airline. Okay, it shouldn't go. अगर कोई खरीद लेगा, then also it is good, but it shouldn't go. Okay. So yeah, let's hope that Air India doesn't go. कोई तो खरीद ले यार. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Do visit my friend's channel, link in the description. It's random. Don't forget to visit. Now as you have seen my video, go to his channel, subscribe his channel and wait for his video to come. Okay. So I'll see you in my next video. Tab tak ke liye bye bye, see you, namaskar, and tell me in the comments that how you like this video and give me suggestions for my next video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye, see you, namaskar.